All right. Hello, everyone. Let me turn my camera on. Hello, everyone, and hopefully it does not go hot. All right. I'm on YouTube as well as Substack. So welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. We are live. We are live. Hello, everyone. This is Coach Jay, and I'm so excited to be here. Yesterday, I had an appointment where I could not go live, but we are on live today. We are on live today. And as you can see from the topic today, I am definitely coming in hot and heavy to discuss why we are preparing our children to be losers. Okay, we're preparing our children to be losers. Hey, Camry. Hey, Sean. All right, so let's just talk about it. Let's talk about it. So I saw a video this morning from let me see, a news station in Kansas. And I did a TikTok about it. I just posted about it. So if you have quick access to TikTok, definitely check out that video and you kind of see what I'm talking about. If you're watching live, comment live. Kamira, I'm so sorry. Thank you. No, do that every time. Do that every time. I'm totally okay with that. Kamira, thank you. Thank you. Um, I want, and I'm not gonna forget next time. I'm never gonna forget that. Kamira. So it is really, really essential that we look at what we're doing, right? And there's a news station in Kansas that was talking about how a lot of the school system there is ditching Chromebooks and going back to paper and pencil. And how I said I have so much to say about this because adults do not want to evolve, right? And we've talked about this many times. We talked about this many times, especially when it comes down to content, especially when it comes down to tech, when it comes down to leadership, when it comes down to um, how countries are set up to compete against one another. And we want our children to win. We want our children to do well. And we want our children to thrive without us. Because the whole point, like being a parent, right, is to teach your children how to navigate the world without us, right? You're teaching your child how to navigate, how to solve their own problems in a world where we won't be with them always, right? They're gonna go and they're gonna have their own families. They're gonna work, right? They're going to perhaps own a business. They're going to navigate certain spaces without us and be able to make key decisions, navigate again the world around them without us all the time, right? So if we are constantly putting them in spaces where we are failing to adapt, right? Because again, if you look at certain spaces, there are people that want to keep things in a tradition because they are not evolving. They don't want to evolve. They don't want to grow. They don't want to learn anything different. And they don't want to put themselves in spaces where they can learn different because they have a fixed mindset. Right. So AI has been a part of our world on a mainstream level. Welcome mainstream level for about 3.5 years. Okay, we're talking about mainstream. We know that AI has snuck in different soft launches, such as Siri, such as Alexa, you know, filters on our cameras, you know, filters and videos, it's all these things, right? Um, Text correct, all of that, right? So it's AI has snuck in on soft launches. And now we're in the big leagues. Okay, so AI is now here. What is it called? OpenAI just came out with 5.2, where it's heavy logic, heavy mathematics, right? So that's been happening. But what is really going on in the West where we just are so stuck on the past? And I told you that this was going to happen. The West is stuck in 1950. They are stuck in the old way. The Let me give you further context about the news story in Kansas. So they're ditching Chromebooks, like I said, and they're going back to regular handwriting, paper and pencil. And the teachers in the comments are bragging about it. They're saying, "Oh, well, we don't use Chromebooks. We're not doing it anymore. I can't even read their handwriting. I can't even. They don't even know cursive. A lot of these kids don't even know what they're doing. And I'm so tired of this. And we're doing things the old way. This is why the children are going to be losers. It's exactly why." My daughter is in high school. Okay, this is her last year. Praise God. We're done after this. And I'm so happy because I foresee a lot of downward movement in our school systems. Because adults, the teachers do not want to evolve. They just don't. They have no interest in evolution. Evolution to them is scary, and it has nothing to do with, oh, we just there's oh, we don't know what's gonna come with this AI stuff in this environment. This is all stuff that they want to put on themselves to avoid doing the work, to train these children for a future that we don't even know what we're preparing them for. Courtney, exactly, corporate towns. Corporate towns. Is That's literally what we're like, manufacturing, labor, physical labor, where they won't ever have to use their brains. Technology has been around for years, right? And instead of teaching our children how to use technology responsibly and being able to create with technology, we're taking the technology away from them because teachers want to go back to the old way. They want to go back to when children, but this is the thing, we're moving into, we have to move them to something that is going to help them succeed. I just showed y'all where Economic Forum. The number one skill set was AI infrastructure, data infrastructure. That's the number one. Number one. Well, everybody's not going to be able to do that. So you have to, okay, but everybody still needs skill sets. That's still a skill set. Look, fintech. That's another part. Health tech, education tech, edutech. They call it edutech. Every single industry is involving tech, engineering. And we're okay with our children going back to paper and pencil. That's what we're going back to. That's what we're going back to. Most adults are losers. Most adults are losers. They're losing on purpose. They don't want to win. And they're not interested in these children winning at all. Because we're teaching them in accordance to our comfort zone. Okay, so you're probably saying, "Well, coach, are you a teacher? Are you a teacher?" It don't matter. I'm a parent. Okay. First of all, yes, I used to teach, but let me bust your bubble. I used to teach in the post-secondary education system. I used to teach for Belhaven University, okay, in Katy, Texas. Yes, I did. For 2.5 years. I taught in bachelor's degree and associate's degree program in psychology. So social psychology, behavioral psychology, and general psychology is what I used to teach. And I'm telling you, we're behind. We're behind. We are behind. And people don't want to hear that, but it is the truth. And we have a lot of educators. And let me go back to my daughter because I got off on a tangent. My daughter even said that some of her teachers don't even know how to use some of the technology. They ask some questions like, "Oh my gosh, do you know how to use this? I need some help on trying to print something out. Can you help me with this?" Like they're asking the students. They're asking the students, do you know how to do this? I don't know how to do this. I don't I don't really know how do I do it? What? But you have schools that are teaching children how to use technology in a responsible way. My 2-year-old niece and nephew can swipe. They can find videos. They know. They look. TJ, can you help me find? Can you put in? Can you type such and such? Such? They're 2, 2 years old, and swipe. They know how to swipe. But you want to go back to him, but they don't know how to write. Okay. Let me say this. We know that we're moving into a future where there's pros and cons involved, just like pros and cons to anything else, right? And also we know that the future is up for grabs. We've already stolen the future of our children financially. Okay. They're passing all these laws, they're approving all of these bills where trillions and billions of dollars have been spent, and it's robbing of the children of their future. This is they don't care, right? They don't have any interest. And that's because they're setting our children up to be losers. They want to lose because the adults are not interested in doing the work. So when you avoid technology, when you avoid educating your children, when you avoid the work that it takes to evolve yourself, you're doing your children the worst disservice. You're doing them such a horrible disservice by keeping them in a minimum mindset. And then you want to know why. Well, why they're not catching up. Well, you put them on paper and pens. You put them on paper and pencil. Now, there's nothing wrong with, journaling and things like that. Yes, they need to know how to write, but my goodness, I mean, they need typing skills. I even told my daughter, I was like, "Do y'all have any keyboarding classes?" At because when she types, sometimes she kind of pecks, and I said, "You need to sign up for a keyboarding class." And I started thinking to myself, "No, I need to get my child in a keyboarding class. I need to find a keyboarding class for this summer before she goes to college, or she's gonna struggle." And that's what we're doing now. I told her, I said, "You're gonna have to find a keyboarding class. I'm gonna put you in continuing education because I didn't even know that you couldn't. I thought you could type." And I just happened to pay attention one day. I was like, "Why aren't you typing right?" See, I took a keyboarding class in high school. You know what I'm saying? I took keyboarding, and I didn't even know what I was like. I didn't know, right? So in high school, I'm taking keyboarding just for an elective. And I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, like, my child does not know how to type. Why didn't I know that?" It's like, why didn't I just notice that, right? And so that's what I said Imma have to sign up for it because there's just no way. That's literally setting my child up for failure. Exactly. Let me go back to the comments. Let me see. Christina said, "Teaching them how and when to use technology." Yes. Kamira said, "I was just saying this last night. My parents always had keyboard and CDs for the." Yes. Christina said, "My kiddo is taking type lessons to help with their type." Yes, yes, yes. We need to bring back Mavis. But yes, words per minute. Those are very important. I mean, and someone said in the comment section of that same news story and said, "Do you type with 2 fingers?" No. Like, and somebody else said, like, "I give me a keyboard any day. Handwriting is too slow." We're not like teaching our children to keep up. Well, they're looking at phones and because you're boring. Then we have teachers that don't want to that don't want to make things interesting. And we wonder why these children have behavior stuff because most adults are lazy. And I see it all the time. I see it all the time, even online. Most adults are very lazy. And they think that people owe them something. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes you anything. You have to learn how to learn. She said, Sex and Moxie said that those systems worked and were easy to follow. Now you have to think and make your own way. And really, it's not just thinking and make your own way in so many ways. And I see what you're saying. I think it's more so as looking at the future and saying what is to come, so that I can make sure that my child has a better sense of what is to come, of to prepare them for what's coming, so that they're not sideswiped and resentful of me, because children will get resentful. Like, my parents didn't even tell me that this was happening, and you have access to information. AI gives you the ability to see what is coming before you see it in real time. Let's just real quick. I have to. My goodness. I mean, number one, like from 2026 to 2035. Okay, there's a series of different jobs, and I have to hurry up with Substack because my battery's getting low. Number one, artificial intelligence and data infrastructure. So AI, machine learning, data platforms, right, etc., underpin almost every other growth sector, with AI alone projected to grow at close at to 30% compound annual growth rate through 2030. Okay, so roles span AI engineering, hybrid intelligence, okay, XAI specialists, data scientists, AI product leads. Some of y'all need to come, you'll have to come back to this to get notes. And AI ethics and governance. Here's another one: health, biotech, and longevity. Health tech, telehealth, AI diagnostics, predictive analysis or predictive analytics, robotics in surgery. Are y'all listening to what I'm saying? This is how you get your kids ready. Biotech are expanding rapidly as populations age. We have a lot of people, baby boomers are on their way out of here. They're the largest population of children, the generation, call them children, that are on their way out of here. The largest. They have the most wealth. They're going to need personalized medicine, care, medicinal care. Forecast shows the health tech surpassing $3 trillion by early 2030s, with strong demand for clinicians, data savvy health professionals. That's why I told my daughter, either you're going to be in healthcare and you're going to be a physician that knows AI and knows tech, or you're going to be a tech person, or you're going to be a technician, or on the data scientist side. Like, there is no like that. Like, is it there or not? That's it. Or you're going to be in green energy. And she was like, I don't want to do that. I said, okay, well, is you going to be a doctor? Okay, or you're going to be in tech. And I'm sorry, those only two, because anything other than that, you're gonna have to have some self initiative, and you need to push yourself. Cybersecurity, AI, cloud, and Internet of Things scale. Cyber roles show sustained double-digit demand growth across forecasts. So organizations will need security engineers, security product managers, and governance and compliance specialists, as a tax and regulatory expectations both increase. I don't know what my children want to do. Run them by tech. If they don't want to create anything, if they're not trying to create anything, there has to be some. You ain't got it. This ain't got to be your love. Okay, this ain't got to be your dream. You got to train your children to look. I want you to have something where you can eat. Fintech, digital assets, Embedded finance, digital payment rails are projected to keep expanding as AI, data, and new regulatory frameworks change how money moves. Financial data analytics. This stuff is for real. Supply chain tech, instructional design. Coaching is a part of what is necessary through 2030. That's why I said people like, oh, I don't believe in coaching. Okay, got it. But we're the World Economic Forum. We're a part of this. We're a part of it. Digital education platforms, instructional design, workforce development, coaching, and human-centric leadership and behavior science roles. I'm telling you, we're up. And where are you? I've been telling y'all that coaching ain't going nowhere. Coaching is here. Coaching is not going to. We have to coach. This is the time. We have to coach people to the future. That's what coaching is. Coaching is future. I want to go back and coaching is this and coaching. No, you don't know what coaching is. Anyway, care economy and social services. So care work for children, elders, and vulnerable populations. They're not going to be paid that much, but if you're in the tech space of the care economy and social services, you're going to be all right. So digital tools that will be utilized by like lower tier workers, but in the tech space, you're going to be fine. But you got to stop avoiding. We got to stop avoiding. We got to put our kids in some classes. Like even my daughter, me and her are having a good conversation today. We're going to look at some continuing education classes and courses in the educational space for the holidays. Like we're not playing. Ain't no relaxing. We moving. We moving forward. We're moving forward. This is real talk. Now adults can sit up there and be losers all day, but when it comes down to these kids, we gotta care. We have to care. If you want to be a loser all your life, you're gonna be a loser all your life. But at least set your children up to eat. You can't worry about all kids, but you can worry about yours. Yeah, I said what I said. I'm sorry. This is competitive. You have to get competitive. Well, we want to bring our children with us. Everybody, parents don't even want their children to win. So trying to be other people's parent and get your kids together. Because your children have to eat. Amen, somebody. Okay, y'all. This is going to be a short one today. Because I need y'all to think. I need y'all to think. This is going to be a short one today. Um, I need you to think about that. Look at the skills. Look at World Economic Forum. Check that out. And then have a conversation with your children over the winter break, about their future and about what they really truly want to do. Like really seriously have a conversation with them and just look at what they're interested in. What they be very, very um real about their work ethic and sit down with your kids or sit down with your nieces. And if you don't have any children, that's fine. But you have nieces and nephews, they're little cousins. And if you see their mamas ain't really moving, you say something. You say something. And just say, I'm interested. Have you thought about this? Have you looked at this? And then look at yourself. What skills do you need to develop over the next few weeks before 2026 gets here? What skills do you need to develop and master? Because I'm gonna say this: everybody needs to get better at sales. You get better at sales. Okay. All right. This is it. That's all I got. That's all I got today. This is short. This is 30 minutes. It's probably the shortest live I've done in a long time because today is Friday and I need us to do more thinking and more implementation. Take more action. Okay. All right. That's all I got. You too. Have a great rest of your day. All right, Substack. You too.